Everybody, today we're going to do an oil change on a 2001 Suburban with a 5.3 Vortec engine. In my opinion, one of the best engines ever made. It's time for oil change and she definitely needs it. So I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. So first of all, I will recommend getting some, there's an option, windshield wiper fluid, and if you want to know where that goes, it goes right here. I'm going to fill her up once I finish doing the oil change. I also recommend getting an oil filter. You'll get the Wix, a 51042 Wix filter. It doesn't really matter. Get yourself a drink if you want to enjoy a drink. Also get yourself some gloves, some throwable gloves, disposable gloves, Also, we do need 5W30 oil going synthetic, that's what I usually give to the cars. And you will need also a little filter or oil filter wrench or pliers or whatever kind of tool you need. We won't need this, but if you want to buy one of these, they're not expensive. I think at Walmart they're like $7 for these. I think this guy was like $5. I don't remember. Also, you do need a funnel, some parts cleaner, brake cleaner, anything to clean all the oil that's left over. This is optional, a grease gun. Got this tiny guy. If you got ball joints, you replace them in the grease. You can grease them up. I recommend doing every oil change, grease up those ball joints while you're down there. Why not? Also, we got a 15mm wrench or a ratchet, whichever way you want to go. I usually go with wrench more. And also your oil catch pan. If you got one of these, make sure before you go under there, take off the little cap off and also leave the vent open so the oil can go in there. Trust me, you don't want to end up with a mess down there. Also, there is an option if you want to use, a little tarp or something, cardboard, so you won't leave an oil. Usually here where I'm standing, it's pretty easy to clean. If any oil spills here, we clean it easily. And one more thing, you could include a jack stand and a jack just in case, if you can't fit under there, or, it's a perfect option. So, all right, we're going to do this oil change. Right before we start, getting oil out of the oil pan, getting the bolt off, I recommend leaving the cap off. Sometimes some people leave it on the latch, so in case they close it, you can't close it because of the cap. Also, and I'll leave the little dipstick a little open so you can get some air. And let's get ready. Okay, so now we're going to pop the bolt off of this drain pan here, the oil pan. If you want to find it faster, here's the oil filter over here. You won't see it much in the camera, but find your oil filter and a little bit more to the right, you'll find it. And here's the little bolt for it. So all you do is just loosen it up, which I already did. And right before we start, open your oil cap up there just to make sure, some people forget. But have that ready, and also your oil catch pan cap off. As I mentioned before, I want to make sure because I've seen people mess up, which is not fun. And we'll get the show on the road. So I got it off. We'll be popping it off. Since it's already off. And it should be ready to pop off here in any minute. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, go. Oop, I made a little mess. But there we are. Alright, that's good. This is the perfect time to inspect the gasket and everything, see if it's clean, clean it up, check if everything is good, and then we'll put it back, so we're gonna let it drain out. Okay, so now after letting the oil drain, you check on the bolt washer and see if it's good, and if it's good, then you insert it. So give me a minute, let me do something real quick. Alright, and all you do is just put the bolt back on. And snug it up. And sorry I bumped into y'all. All you do is snug it up. There we go. And this is optional, but I might have to clean this up, but I will highly recommend giving it some parts cleaner. Clean it up so it can stay clean, which that's what I might do. All right, next up, the oil filter. Okay, so now we're gonna loosen up the oil filter. You can use this little guy with a ratchet, a 3/8 usually sell this part, or you can use your pliers, up to you. You use this guy. So all it does is bites onto it, and then you just twist it. There you go. It just turns it for you. You just use a ratchet, and it bites on. Which I'm kind of struggling a bit, but I gotta loosen up. Alright, so time to, there we are. And let that catch the oil. Okay, so after letting the oil drain a bit, we're just gonna take the filter off. There we are, and let it spill. And we're gonna let it drain out a bit more. That's why you wear gloves, because that gets oil all over your hands. But it's up to you. But you know, it's better. Check if there's no oil ring on the oil housing. I will clean this up just to make sure. Sorry for the loud noise. My brother used my pickup to pick up some food, he said, that he ordered. And it is 51042. That's the oil filter that I had. Kind of scared since when I ordered the filter, you can't find, you know, they usually give you the wrong one. I have had ones where they give me an oil filter and it came out to be wrong. So I'll be back. Let me go get some paper. And okay, so we're gonna clean this up a bit. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I usually do. Clean around the housing, leave it really clean so the new seal could be pretty well. Grab a little oil, by the way, or you can grab from your new oil. It doesn't really matter where you grab the oil. Just make sure when you're doing this, add some oil on this little gasket here. So next time we do oil change, it comes out easy. Trust me. You don't want to be there with a flathead screwdriver trying to pop the sucker off. You'd rather it goes smoothly. So all you do is you insert there with some oil, screw it on. I would check if the bolt is really snugged up and everything, and then you can go up there and start adding oil. So I'll be back in a couple seconds. And one more thing, add when you change the oil and what miles I had during the time. So when next time you check under here, you can like, oh, I did the oil change on say like July 7th or something, you know, so you know for next time, you know, and whatever year you did it. So next time, like, oh man, I'm a year, you know, I'm a year, it's been a year since I did an oil change. It's been 6 months. So do that. I recommend doing that. Just snug this up as much as you can. Don't go too extreme. I'm snugging it up a bit. All right, there we go. And then one last thing, check your, you know, down here to make sure if the bushings need greasing, which this one does. I did not know. Good thing I just noticed. So I'm gonna give it a pump through, 2 or 3 pumps, and that should do it. So that's what I would recommend is, you know, when you're down here, taking off the filter and stuff, check, and then if you do find some, grease it up. Okay, so time to add the oil. As I demonstrated, you need to take the cap off. The cap usually goes right here. And let me demonstrate what you're looking for. You should be looking for this guy. This oil, engine oil. And it goes right in here. The dipstick is over here. Usually you see it in the transmission over here. There's 2 different colors. Go with the yellow one. So I will recommend, you know, pouring the oil in there. You should take 6 quarts. So here we go. And oil, you can get it from Walmart if you need to. They're not too expensive for there, in my opinion. I really get 2 jugs. In total, it'll come out to be like 50 bucks. But you can save that extra oil for the next oil change. And it's 6 quarts, so it should last you a while. Then next time, you just gotta buy 1 jug. If you're gonna keep this car for a while. If you're gonna, you know, not gonna keep it long, this is different. Then just get the quarts you need, which it should take 6. So I'm gonna start here in a minute. Let me get this angled right, and we'll get started. There we go. We'll take the whole 6 jugs. And that is so nice, clean oil. Okay, right before you start checking the oil, clean up this dip stick real quick, and then insert it back again to check. This is not an accurate check in my opinion. I'll show you what you need to do. It's the perfect time to check, see how the oil is, which I am seeing a little over, but right now since the filter needs a little bit, we're gonna have to start it. But it's a little over, but the filter still needs it, so we're gonna start it here in a minute. So give me a sec. Okay, so after letting the engine run, I recommend checking the oil dipstick again here in a couple more minutes. Let the oil settle down for a bit. So you can plenty of time to hold again to the filter and everywhere for a little bit, just to know where your oil level is at. You can't see well on the camera, but it's like close to around the money. The oil didn't cover enough on the last dot, but it's right near there. All right, and that's how you check. And you might not see, but there's a couple little dots, and it's right close to the third one, or the last one. All right, that's how you do an oil change. And one last thing. And this is for just in case you do have a check and change engine oil, you know, to reset it. All I gotta do is reset it. It's by moving the key over to like 2 positions before you turn on. Press on the gas pedal 3 times. You turn it off. And then you turn it on. And you should get a check engine flashing saying that you have completed the change engine oil light. So it should be fading away here, and there we go. And that's how you clear a check engine light, or sorry, change engine oil. Sorry about that, but that's how you do it. All right, well, thanks for watching and have a good day. And also, I forgot to mention, there are these little stickers you might not be able to see, but let me turn on the light. But as you can see, you can get these next service due stickers from Amazon. Last time I bought these for $5. I think they're more now, but you can put the date when you did the service in them. Next time when the next, you know, put your date and your miles for the next service due, you know, and just takes all one off, which was way overdue. You can't see that well, but there we are. It's not even close at 4,000, but it was time to change it. And changing your engine oil will make the engine last forever, or not forever, but will make it last, and it'll thank you at the end. All right, thanks for watching and have a good day.